Hi guys, welcome to the Schmoedown Reactors Summit. It's season 6, everybody. We're pretty excited to be here to be discussing all things Schmoedown. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's go set some stuff on hold.
And she's not backing down. This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire.
Alright guys, welcome to the Schmoedown Reactors Summit. This week we got a lot to talk about. We're going to get right into all the good stuff. I'm Kristen Smith as always. We also have a great panel. Some of it's with me and some of it's just supposed to be with me, and then they decided to have computer issues, so they're just going to be a recording, maybe some sort of hologram. Depends on it, who's editing, and if they want to put a hologram in my hand. They probably don't. They're going to put something stupid there. That's fine. But I do have Matt with me live. Matt Kearns, how's it going, man?
It's going good. Schmoedown, it's back. Excited to talk about. Well, Tuesdays, Thursdays, I don't even know how to say it. Now the team match I can give or take, but Friday's match, let's talk about that.
Well, good news is we're going to talk about all of it. So we got a lot to go through. We also have a recording of Chris Clark, potentially a hologram of Chris Clark. Probably not. We don't have that kind of budget. However, we do want to get his thoughts because this week was full of things that Chris Clark loves.
It's rocking. It was rocking.
It was super rocking for him. It had Vivian, it had Whitney, it had Robert Meyer Burnett. His trinity of Schmoedown fandom was all on point this week, and we're going to talk all about that. We're going to start out the show, though, talking about the New York Live event, something which myself, Matt, and Chris Clark were all in attendance of. And let me tell you right now, it was just one heck of a time. It was cold and terrible. Not as cold and terrible as Chicago, so it was kind of like a summer vacation for me. However, the live event itself was great. 2 of the best matches I think ever have been hosted in a live setting. Janine and Chance were just amazing. And Dan and Ethan were incredible. I think we expected a lot from them, and they seriously delivered on every single cylinder. Matt, let's get your thoughts on this live event. What were your favorite parts, and how did it feel to just be watching the Schmoedown live with all those fans for the first time?
It was really crazy. Having been with yourself and Clark and others at Free for All 2 last year, to have it be live but with like the entire room is just Schmoedown fans. It was like, I've never been to a rock concert because I don't really like music from bands that are currently living and playing, so I have no reason to, but I assume this is what a rock concert feels like. The energy was just so high. Everyone was just having fun, and I think that was, for me, the best part was everyone was having fun. There was no jerks or anything. No one called out answers. Like, everyone was respectful competitors when we needed to be. We were having fun. We were joking. The stuff before, Makuga hyping everyone up. I have actually, I won this at the New York Live event. Josh Makuga for Jeopardy. I won the pin. I also won a Patriots shirt signed by Jeff Snyder, but I gave it to Jen Kemp because I thought a real Patriots fan should have it. I would have nothing to do with it. Yeah, my favorite moment, Liz, Janine and Chance, that match was amazing. Jay, when she gets comic book movies, his reaction, and then when he hears the question, perfect. My favorite moment is when Bateman walked out. It was unexpected. I was on the second level, so we actually couldn't see who was walking out until they got to a certain point. And since they didn't have Ben's music, it was just a shock, and it was just awesome. And then I knew the Civil War was going to happen, and that was going to be so soon. Thankfully, I'm not doing reactions anymore, so I just have to cry myself to sleep in the comfort of my own room, I guess. So yeah, New York was a lot of fun, and then the best part of it was I got to go home to my old bed because it was in my backyard or front yard, depending on how you look at Long Island to New York.
I mean, you can brag all you want about the live event being in your home. We all know the true fans live in Chicago, and we'll get that live event in just a couple months. And let me say, at time of recording, we have already sold more than the New York event held. So, way to go, Chicago!
Okay, but that's not fair. You have a bigger theater than us.
It doesn't matter. We've sold it faster than New York sold their theater out.
You have not sold out yet.
It hasn't sold out, but we sold 450 tickets.
Okay, but again,
in a day.
You know what? I would expect this from people who think that Chicago deep dish is the best pizza around. I would expect that.
I'm not going to say that Chicago is the best deep dish around. I do live in Illinois now, so I do like Chicago deep dish. However, Detroit style pizza is the best pizza.
Just saying. You were in New York. I assume you ate pizza there.
I did. I ate pizza twice, which was not the plan. However, we had a lunch meeting with someone, and they wanted to have pizza. So,
ooh, all secrets up on the summit this week. Matt was not at that meeting.
Yeah, it was Saturday and unexpected because we were supposed to be having lunch with someone else. And then we were just like, I guess we're having pizza. In any case, we had a lot of fun. I mean, honestly, I had a lot of fun. I didn't get to hang out with Matt as much as I wanted to. Just your train came in really late, and John and I were already inside the building. We were it was nice enough that the Schmoedown crew let John and I into the building a little early, so that Kara didn't have to be waiting outside in the cold. So that was really nice of them. They definitely didn't have to do that. But yeah, we had a lot of fun, even though we didn't get to hang out with some people as much as we wanted to. But I loved the event. I thought that the matches themselves were just top notch. And as much as I wish Chance had not won, because he talks a lot of smack inside and outside of the ring. And I kind of wanted him to have one loss just to kind of like even it out a little bit. Like Chance is a great guy. But he like goes all in.
He goes in on the kayfabe.
Yeah.
Janine did. I will say this. She cemented herself in my top 10 competitors after that match. Even though she lost, she was so. I'm like, Harloff, get her into another match ASAP. Like, she was so good.
Yeah, and the next possible match that she's going to be in is Free for All. I'm pretty sure. There's the exclusive, it's like Black Movies, which is going to be an exhibition match, which there was a big push to get Janine to be in that and to make it a 4-way between Jay and I can't remember who the other person was.
And RB3 and Janine.
Yeah, there you go. There was a big push to make it a 4-way, but it's going to end up being just a regular match between two people. I would have loved to see Janine in that match, but whatever.
I love that as well, but
it is what it is. But I'm really looking forward to Janine kind of just like, being present more in the Schmoedown, because I think she has a lot more to give in terms of like cutting more promos, cutting more behind the scenes things, and being more involved in the storylines. Because I know she lives a little bit farther out than some other people do, but I want to see her in more cutscenes. I want to see her in more storyline stuff. We don't get enough Janine as a character. We get her in the matches, we get her in the promos, but like she's not as present in the storylines. And I really want to see her kind of being involved in more of that moving forward. I think you're of the same mindset of me in this regard.
Yeah, I would love to see a Jay, Ethan, Janine kind of like that trio and dynamic. Like I think a funny cutscene would just be like, because how Jay is with Janine is not how he is with Ethan. I would love to just have Jay stand in the middle of the two and be all like, Ethan, we're going to have a good match. Janine, we're going to kill it. We're gonna, like, something like that would be hilarious. And Jay, of course, he's a great comedian. He would be able to do that. Like, I think that would just be like a fun cutscene. I mean, I don't know what the team situation is for them this season, but maybe putting Ethan and Janine on a team together.
I think that's what's going to happen. I'm pretty sure that's what the live event kind of was leading us to, even if they didn't completely spell it out 100%.
I hope so, because I think they could work really well as a team together.
But it'll be interesting to see what moves forward, because they kind of have set this up as one of the first storyline points of the season, where Janine is kind of moving from a heel to a face player, teaming up with Ethan, because Ethan is kind of forcing Jay to turn into a face. I don't think that'll ever truly happen, because he's way too good at smack talk. Not that a face can't smack talk, because Emma has had her fair share of defending herself and her team. There's a big difference between like being a heel and talking smack and being a face and talking smack. And I think that Emma has always kind of ridden that line where she can get some digs in, but she's still at the end of the day a face. And so Jay needs to just be able to hit that line and always toe it, because he's always perfect when he's a heel. But if they're going for this face turn with the Viper squad, potentially the whole thing, it'll be interesting to see how this all shakes out. But I
can't believe you took another opportunity to besmirch the name of John Roca by again reminding everyone how great you think heel Jay Washington is on being at the mic. See, Roca, I'm with you. I think Tom Dagnino is the
No, he's not with you.
You already hate me, Roca. Roca, you already hate me. So, but we both hate Kristen Smith on this point. So maybe we can. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Remember that, Johnny boy.
I'm sorry, but there's a difference between a manager cutting a promo for his team and a player cutting a promo for themselves. And in the regards of Jay being a manager, I think that he gives the best promos for his team out of all the other managers. Coy Jandro, I think, might be my number 2. But he's only done it once.
I'm sorry, what?
Tom is great. I love you, Tom. But I think Jay cuts
I
better
don't
promos.
think so. Coy?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. His live event promo was so good, though.
One promo?
It was so good, So it's just gonna be me the rest of the show, and we're gonna cut to Clark at one point to get his thoughts on the matches. But yeah, so that's gonna be fun. So yeah, our definitive manager promo ranking is Jay, Coy, Emma, Tom.
I just took a drink. Why? Start ranking them.
Okay, so
wait, did you put Emma above Tom?
For you, just for you. Yeah, we're gonna move on from that, because we could legit get in a fight over this. I love Tom. I think he brings a lot to everything, but
the real rankings are here's Tom Dagnino, here's everyone else. That's the rankings when it comes to promos.
Yeah, and if we're gonna talk about this John Roca thing, because we aren't going to talk about it in length, but yeah, sorry, John. I think Jay gives a better promo for his team. You're not a manager. I can't compare apples to oranges here, brother. You give a great promo for yourself.
How dare you call him brother?
Jesus. He's not even the top of your list. In any case, you're not a manager. If you want to step into the manager role and start laying some sweet promos out for your guys and or girls.
Who, me? I would love to be a manager. Christian, call me up. I'll be a manager. I'll Skype in.
John Roca would be a fantastic manager, but we're moving on.
I would be a fantastic manager too.
We are going to talk about something else, which we have matches to talk about. Crazy. 2 new matches. So this week we got the new rollout of this new process where Patreon gets it first. Top tier Patreon people get it, and then lower tier Patreon people get it, and then the general masses get it. It's very confusing. I can never get everything lined up correctly in my brain as to when things are going to actually be dropping. It's a good thing there's triviasd.com, which is their official website. We're going to do it like the fantasy page. Their official website, but it's got a really great calendar on it. So if you are scatterbrained like me because you have a newborn infant thing in your house that keeps you up all night, yeah, it's a great calendar. And
Listen, I got this. Hey guys, do you have a newborn child? Do you stay up late at night because your newborn child is just crying and screaming because she doesn't know what's going on? Well, Lucky for you, there is TriviaSD.com, an updated schedule where they keep you updated on the world of the Schmoedown and when the matches are being released, so you don't have to keep it in your own headcanon. You can also read articles by competitors, as well as fellow fans, count down things like the best people with promos, which Kristen Smith would not be allowed to write, or the best matches to get hooked on, which I agreed with number one there. So, if you're in the market for a great website for all things movie trivia Schmoedown, go to TriviaSD.com. That's TriviaSD.com. They're not a sponsor of this video.
All right, so that's our new ad for the summit.
Kristen, you're welcome to buy it.
Yeah, Kristen, you're welcome to just clip this part of the summit and then never watch anything else. Like, I hope you do at some point watch something of the summit. If it's only Matt's advertisement for the website, then so be it.
No one ever called me last season for fantasymts.com for all you fancy Schmoedown drafting needs.
Well, and now it's dead. So we're going to talk about our new fantasy thing that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, maybe if they used my promo, they wouldn't be dead.
Maybe, you never know. In any case, we're going to talk about these stinking live matches. We have a lot of fun matches that happened this week. Harris Bros versus Critically Acclaimed, and then Mark Riley versus Drew McWeeny.
Yeah.
Both of these matches I thought were really good. I mean,
yeah, it was a great way to start off. Well,
I
guess technically start off the season, but for like in studio, it was a good way to start off the season.
Yeah, for sure. I really enjoyed both of them. We had just a really even match between Mark and Drew. And then the Harris Brothers Critically Acclaimed match, I don't know that I would call it even. But at the same time, like, it was very close. I mean, the round 3 was really what drove home the nail in the coffin for the Harris Brothers, which is unfortunate because I think that they played a really great game, Lon in particular. But we're going to talk about that match first. So we're going to start it out talking about, obviously, the intro. And, geez, how long do you guys think it took Bibiani to come up with this intro?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the cutscene.
No, the intro.
Oh, yeah.
There wasn't a cutscene at the beginning of the team match.
We call it entrance.
No, I thought there wasn't there Tom talking to
That was at the end.
Oh, that was at the end. I'm sorry. My brain. I apologize.
That's okay.
Here. Yeah. That was definitely some, because they didn't just stick around Collider. That took a lot of playing hanging out with people.
I mean, they flew to Arizona to walk in front of Late to the Party. Obviously, they were there in person.
Yeah.
They went to the movie.
They didn't call me. Considering my roommate moved out, I had room. They could have stayed in my closet.
They could have come walked behind my camera. I would have been okay with that. Come on. Bibiani. You could have been in Clark's living room with his King Kong poster. I mean, missed opportunity in including Chris Clark in your intro. I'm just putting that out there. But that intro, I mean, it's like the first real intro we've had of the whole season, and it's already kind of like at the top of my list for intro of the year. It was just really good.
Yeah, Bibiani, I think, is he's probably taken the loss for entrance. I think he's trying to start it off again with just trying to prove everyone that he is the true champion. He's definitely set the bar high. That's for certain. Him and Whitney for team entrances. It had me cracking up the whole time because when the Monsters Inc. music started, I had no clue what was going on. So yeah, it was good work, guys.
It was really imaginative, and it's kind of upsetting almost that the Harris Brothers had to play against Critically Acclaimed, because I actually thought that their entrance was imaginative. Like they did a good job of doing something that was simple in terms of costuming and making it a really fun idea by like merging two movies and creating their entrance that way. I really liked it. And in any other match, it probably would have been like, wow, what a funny entrance. That was really funny. Like merging the new and old cinema styles and stuff. But no, they had to go after the masterpiece of the beast there. So
I mean, Crinkly Acclaimed did have a great comment on their entrance where he was like, you just did a millennial version of the Seventh Seal?
I mean, it was supposed to be Bill and Ted's in the Seventh Seal, but that's fine. I mean, it's like an 80s version of, I don't know. I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny too. I thought it was great. I agree with you. I feel bad for the Harris Bros that if they saved that entrance for their next match, they would have been fine. They would have been the thing we'd be talking about. But
which, I mean, given the post interview, like we're really skipping around here, but given the post interview, do you even think there's going to be a next Harris Brothers match? Because Jonathan kind of hinted at maybe stepping away, which I don't want him to do. I really enjoy him in the Schmoedown, but just the way he was talking about, his knowledge, he sounded like he wasn't so sure he wanted to continue competing.
I mean, there was that. My thing with post-match interviews when it comes to stuff like that, unless you get like a no, like when something like that, I feel like that could just be, it's right after they lost, and sometimes you're just in your own head. He's new to the game. You gotta remember, he didn't even play like half a season. He played for the tournament, so maybe, him and Lon could just start talking about, listen, if he chooses to walk away, from the Schmoedown, fine. I would prefer someone who doesn't want to play, not be around, but I love the Harris Bros. I love their chemistry. I think I would love to see, records aside, I'd love to see them play the Wildberries in a match. I think that would just be so funny. So yeah, John, don't leave yet, please. Just give us one more match.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, if he doesn't want to play anymore, like I don't think he should. But I know he got a lot of people on the fan page really kind of, being upset that he was bringing down Lon. I don't know that I would agree with him bringing down the team. They both had their disadvantages, right? Like, I mean, his first round wasn't great, but it also wasn't the worst first round we've ever seen. It also, you have to put in perspective, they both struggled in their round 2. They both didn't get any points in round 3. I don't think you can blame the loss entirely on one person in this case, because obviously if, Lon had hit more in round 2, they would have had more points. And if Lon had hit more in round 3, they also would have had more points. It's just, I very much disagree with the amount of negativity Jonathan had on the fan page.
I agree. I agree. I think it's unfair in a match like this to say it's not like, John was given Lon answers to say round 2 and they ended up being wrong. Like it was a team, and then it's not like Lon hit, but I don't even remember if he took the 2 or 3. It's not like he hit the 2 and then hit the 5 for the team, and it was, John who didn't hit his. Like they just, round 2 and round 3 just didn't work in their favor. Leave the poor guy alone. Like John seems like he's kind of just there to have fun, and I'm okay with that because I like the Harris Bros, and I think they do know a lot. They gave Who's the Boss a pretty good match. And that's not against you, Harris Bros. Anyone who plays Who's the Boss, I'll say they had a pretty good match. Shower Wolves, yeah, they had a pretty good match against Who's the Boss. That's just me. That's just the fanboy in me. But yeah, don't leave. People on the fan page, be nicer. Like I sound like the mama goose, but like just be nice. Just John's providing you entertainment. They gave you a great Bill and Ted 7th Seal entrance. You need to respect that. If you don't, you obviously haven't seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure or Bogus Adventure. So you should probably rectify that first.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember, Kristen, that in your interview with Lon, he kind of teased that there was. Oh, really?
Okay.
Then continue.
No, go ahead.
Oh, that he teased that there may be a storyline where JT becomes his partner again.
Yeah,
everything I wanted to say.
Yep. It's cool. It's
I
cool.
said what you were going to say.
It's cool. It's cool. There should be maybe a link in the description for that interview if you want to watch it. In any case, it was a great interview with Lon. Yeah, probably not. But it was a great interview with Lon. If you want to not be lazy, you can just like go on our page, which like you're watching a video on our page, and then just like search for like Lon in our page video log, and then it'll be there. In any case, it was a great interview with him, and we talked a lot about many things. But he also kind of mentioned that Jonathan, actually his whole family is a fan of the show. Like they started watching it when he was on and really got into it, and Jonathan's really into the show as a fan of the product. And so also thinking about the fact that he came into this at the very last minute during the tournament, like in the middle of a tournament, he shows up. So the fact that he's one, a rookie, two, a rookie who's never actually had a match outside of a tournament. I think that, he just needs a little bit more time behind himself to figure out if he wants to continue or not. I don't think he should quit, is what I'm saying. The long story short, don't quit, because I think you're funny. And if you do decide that you don't want to do the trivia portion of it, I think that you get the Schmoedown so well. I'm speaking directly to Jonathan, who's not watching this. He gets the Schmoedown so well. He gets the storyline part of it. I would want him to continue on. And so if the professor's storyline is going to continue and he's going to have his students underneath him still, it would be really funny if Jonathan started playing like the dean of admissions or something. He could be like the manager, but instead of being a manager, he could call himself like the dean or the principal or something. I would love that, to continue being a voice in the Schmoedown, and a different voice, because I love that Lon and Jonathan are bringing a different kind of heel. And yes, I do think that they're heels, and Lon himself said he was a heel in the interview, so suck it, people who don't think they're heels. Just because they don't yell all the time doesn't mean they're not heels. In any case,
I just sophisticated kind of heel. They're not like they're a different kind of heel than the heels we currently have in the Schmoedown. That's why people are so confused. But yeah, Lon Harris is a heel,
just like Kristen.
He's just like me, a well-meaning heel. He thinks he's doing the right thing, but really he's bullying all these small children. It's really a joy to behold, and it's a heel that the Schmoedown definitely deserves to see continue on with a really strong partner. So if it is JTE being his partner moving forward, I think that's awesome. If it's him moving forward with his brother, also awesome. Yeah, so I mean that's all I really wanted to say about the match. I didn't have a lot more thoughts on it. Did you have additional thoughts that you wanted to share about this one?
It was a fun match. This week is just one of those weeks where no matter how good Tuesday's match was, see, I say Tuesday's match because I'm a bottom tier Schmoedown Patreon, so I got on Tuesday. Also, I'm used to just calling teams matches on Tuesday, but it was eclipsed by Fridays, of course.
I got it on Thursday. I had it updated my Patreon, so I got it on Thursday.
Oops.
And I just updated it yesterday. So proud of her.
So you'll get it next month.
No, next week.
Next month. It renews at the end of the month.
Oh yeah, no.
You won't get the new benefits of your tier until you make a payment.
No, the
Schmoedown
is an upfront. Once you switch your tier, whatever you pay, you get charged immediately, so you get the benefits.
Oh, that's nice, because a lot of them they don't let you do it until they make the payment, which is at the end of the month or the beginning of the month.
Hashtag top 10. I continue.
Just like top 10. Okay, so that's all my thoughts on the match itself. There was, of course, that cutscene between Drew Guy and Tom, which started out like he was trying to get Tom to be his manager, but really it was just a setup for Chris Clark's number 3 ride and die, Robert Meyer Burnett, to show back up.
I think it's number 1.
I think Bibbs and Whitney and then Robert. I don't know that you can rank them for Chris. maybe we should just ask Chris himself, but that'll be in a second. In any case, it was just a ploy to have Robert Meyer Burnett come out in his cool jacket thing, coat, whatever you want to call it, and to have the wig from the trial of JTE, and to say he's going to burn it because he burned the mask. And I really enjoyed this cutscene because Robert Meyer Burnett is a hilarious heel. He's so funny and he's so loud. So loud. I won't be able to watch anything with him in it while my child is taking a nap because he'll definitely wake her up from a nap, basically is what I'm saying. In any case, I know that you're really excited about this cutscene, Matt, because it had Andrew Guy in it. What are your feelings on Andrew Guy now, and what did you like about this promo?
Oh, my feelings on Andrew are it's complicated. It's complicated. It's what I'll say. It's complicated. I'll leave it at that. But I know what my thoughts are on Edward Nygma, Robert Meyer Burnett over here in the Schmoedown. So if you guys have ever seen Batman Forever, and if you haven't, you should check out Second Look, Batman Forever.
That was a great plug.
This Monday, right here on Take 3. Edward Nygma, Bruce Wayne's #1 fan, loves him, idolizes him, and then Bruce Wayne doesn't help him with his projects, so he becomes a crazy villain, the Riddler, to try and get back at him. Tom Dagnino dropped a non-necessity to his team, and now he's come back burning his mask and his wig, thinking he's this big baddie, when really he's just sad that the great personality Tom Dagnino just didn't want anything to do with him. And that's still going. Tom doesn't need the mask. He doesn't need the wig. He wears Gucci. Okay? He's Bobby Gucci. He didn't need any of this.
Cashmere.
Got cashmere. Okay? He's Tom Dagnino. Burnett, he doesn't need you. Okay? So why don't you go back to your free enterprise too? Tom's just going to go on winning. Now, Andrew, my friend, why are you doing this to me, man? I want better. I feel like the Goo Goo Dolls right now. I just want better days. But seriously, check out Second Look. Batman Forever drops this week on the channel.
All right. So there's this. Okay. All right.
To get my real. Burnett's hilarious. I love the new take he's doing with his character this season. I think it's perfect, making him Drew's manager, because Drew is just, to use an anime reference, he's just going Super Saiyan when it comes to being a heel. He's just, and Tom, of course, Tom, I honestly feel like was literally just in that room with boxes, and they just rolled up and started doing this, and Tom just played along to it. I love the fact that no matter how many times Collider moves studios, they apparently keep the wig from the trial GT just because they just had it. Yeah, it was such a fun cutscene. I love Tom's kind of duck and run out of there at the end just had me dying. So I'm because this is definitely building to the civil war between Ben and Drew, whenever that will be, and I love it. It started last season, and this is probably going to be my favorite storyline of this season. And this is just this, and then of course what happened on the next match just is cementing that.
Absolutely, and I have just a couple final thoughts on this match in general, real quick. Is that Bibbs knows his Little Women. That was a funny line from the thing, because apparently he knows his Little Women.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, pretty much. Also, he had this strategy that came out in round 1 where the title of the movie was Rio, but he wrote he was pretending to write, he was just scribbling to make people think that he was writing a really long title. And I think this is going to be a strategy that people use for real in matches moving forward. Just to fake their competitors out, if they don't know the title, maybe they'll think it's a longer title. And if they do know the title, they might think that the other person doesn't know it. I think that this is going to actually be a strategy that catches on. Just a thought on that. And then finally, let's set some stuff on fire. It's probably one of my favorite lines of the Schmoedown in general. It's just, I'm going to say that a lot. Let's set some stuff on fire. But to give us more thoughts on this match and potentially the next match a little bit, it's Chris Clark, who was supposed to join us, but then had some tech difficulty, so he just recorded on his own. It could go real well. It could be real scary, but we let Chris Clark out of the cage, and we let him record on his own. So,
you want the cookie? I said yes. You want some milk? I said yes. You have green card? I said yes. I did not have green card.
Let those people out.
Okay, guys, you guys can just no more. Thank you very much. Can
I give my thoughts in the match? Well, in the scene.
Fine.
I just wanna. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but like in the door.
Okay, Matt, don't do that. Thank you.
In the door at the beginning of the scene, you're able to see R&B.
Really?
Yeah, like he's reflected like in. I think it's not a mirror. It's like
glasses.
No, it's not glasses. It's not a glass. It's like plastic, something plastic. It's like a frame. One of those. One of these.
We know what a frame is.
You know, you can see the reflection.
Yeah.
You're able to see R&B in this.
I also see that you're on Facebook while recording with us, Abe.
What?
Yeah, you're no, nothing. I love that Abe is, of course, the person who would be able to like notice stuff like that. Like he just watches all these cutscenes, and he's just
also, just to begin with the next match, I just want to highlight Robert Burnett fashion choices. I think the best person in the Schmoedown is Bobby Gucci, obviously, just because of the brand. But I think R&B is stepping up with that pirate code. And if you see at the beginning of the next match, which we won't talk about because it kind of hurts Abe. He's wearing one of those pirate shirts. I don't know what they're called.
Puffy shirts? Yeah, he's wearing like a puffy pirate shirt. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Oh yeah, and that's a great show.
He wore it at the free for all. Also,
the same shirt. No, it's a different kind of shirt.
Oh, it's a different puffy shirt?
Yeah, it's one of that have like. I shouldn't do that. I think Kristen doesn't want me to talk because she thinks I don't.
Do you guys decide to talking because
you're bringing up weird things, Abe?
And I don't know who to have the camera on. You guys just like stop your points, and I'm like, okay, Kristen's starting, and then it's like, nope, Abe keeps going.
It's so fucking easy, right? It's so fucking easy.
Whoever said it was easy? I never said it was easy, Abe.
I don't know why you guys started without me.
Because we were trying to do it early and you never told me you could come at the early time, so I don't.
I was waiting for you to send me a message.
I sent you the link and 20 minutes later he showed up.
I was asleep. I put my alarm at 11:30.
So this is not my fault. We started late and you...
Do you want to take over, Abe?
No, because we'd have to start a new call. It's fine. We're just going to keep
going.
No,
actually, if Abe signs into take 3 and I leave, it'll still record.
Dude, you started the job, finish a fucking year.
What?
You started, finish it like a man.
Okay.
You
it doesn't matter. I want to finish. I have stuff to do.
Yeah, she's
why we're doing it early.
Let's just go on.
We need to finish this.
Let's just go on to Reddit.
Abe, if you wanted, I wasn't sure if you wanted to talk or not, or just eat chips really loudly into your microphone.
Yeah, I did that.
Please cut all of this out. If you want to talk, I will let you talk. However, I wasn't sure if you wanted to or if you were just watching to know what was going on.
I don't know why you haven't taken over.
What?
Why haven't you taken over?
Over what?
The show. Why aren't we continuing?
Because I'm trying to get my child to settle down.
Hey, baby, shut up.
Wow, that's great shit in there, Abe. And baby, shut up.
She's tired and she doesn't want to take a nap.
Oh. Okay.
In any case, okay. So Abe, if you want to talk, please. You're more. I'll cut to you. But we're not like. It's not like clear. Like, what's your thoughts on this? So you're just gonna have to jump in, but like, don't jump in when I'm cutting to Chris Clark, because I was setting his thing up and then you jumped in on top of it.
No, you have already said it.
What?
You have already said it.
Well.
You want the cookie?
Okay, I don't want that either. Please don't do that. Thank you.
Oh my God, Kristen. Are you becoming Jacob?
I'm going to kill you all.
Wow, that's mean. That's just mean, Abe.
Are you getting a fucking Australian accent?
I just don't like when
I want to talk
interrupt.
about Riley versus McLean.
I had a really good thing, and you guys interrupted it.
I had a really good life until I get into this shit.
You came here, Abe. You joined the call.
No, I mean to take 3.
Oh.
No,
in
I don't
general.
know.
Yeah, in general. Yeah.
I don't know how to get out.
You could just stop showing up to calls.
Yeah, you just stop doing it.
You just don't log into calls anymore, Abe. It's real easy.
That makes sense.
Okay, so I'm gonna cut to Chris again.
Why?
So we're just gonna restart this whole
show. We're gonna do it all from the beginning. No, we're not. Because I don't have a good clear transition to him anymore.
It did happen.
But you started talking right in the middle of my transition.
Yes, it does. Because Abe,
it does matter.
Well, it makes sense if it's like, okay, so we're gonna cut.
Have you watched every fucking episode of The Summit?
No,
I have. But at the same time, I was trying to make a clear transition, and so there's not going to be a clear transition, and you're going to just have to throw a video in the middle of the thing.
There's never been.
We need to leave the asteroid field so that we can send a clear transmission.
Have you watched the fucking episode with Kalinowski?
Yeah, but that was not Matt's fault.
That was all your fault.
That was definitely not Matt's fault.
People don't care.
We're gonna cut to an interview with Kalinowski. No interview with Kalinowski, and then just
Mike for that interview. And then he literally has the balls to be like, Matt didn't make a transition to the Kalinowski interview, so here's the Kalinowski interview.
Christian, please do your transition because I'm fucking getting tired for this. And I want to eat.
Okay. All right, so Chris couldn't join us. He had some tech issues. In any case, he is going to give us his thoughts on the episode because it's his trinity of people, right? You got the Bibbs and the Whitneys and the Burnetts. And it would be a shame if we didn't get his thoughts on this, but we are letting him out of his cage to do this. And there's going to be no supervision, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. Chris, please don't ruin everything. Please don't explode the channel with weird comments. Okay, we're gonna try it. All right, Chris, over to you. Thank you so much, Chris Clark. I haven't heard what you were gonna say, so it's we're just gonna assume it was fantastic and that you didn't say anything embarrassing. No, we definitely not that, but I had no idea how to transition out of it because I haven't heard it and I don't know if it was funny, if it was serious, if it was sad. I'm doubting it was sad since Critically Acclaimed won, but in any case, we're gonna move on to Mark Riley versus Drew McWeeny. I'm sorry, I had a hiccup. A legitimate hiccup just then. It was great.
It's like Drew McWeeny in this match.
Just like Drew McWeeny had in this match. Abe's mad about that joke, by the way. In any case, I know someone who's really happy about this match, and he happens to be...
Nobody.
Matt Kearns. I'm also really happy about this. We're gonna explain our fantasy, but I basically chose Mark to win in this match to try and make up points because I started at a deficit. I was like last because of the live event.
I had the same choices as you for the live event, so I was on the same deficit.
We were like tied for last place, and we both picked Mark Riley to win, and so now everyone else pretty much picked Drew McWeeny, and now we're up well, we're all tied, but it doesn't matter. In any case, this match was great, just legitimately great. It started out so good with the cutscene. It continued on from there at a really great pace. I thought that Mark having his whole team there with Tom, continuing that outside of them actually playing as a team is even more of a proof that Ben is going to be joining the Horsemen and Tom is going to be their manager. If this doesn't happen, I'm going to be shocked. And I love that Riley, we were all kind of trying to figure out if Riley was going to go heel or Ben was going to go face when they teamed up because it seemed like they were going to stay together. And I love that everyone kind of thought Riley was going to go heel, and it was the complete opposite. His goodness turned to everyone else's face, including Tom Dagnino. Who would have thought Tom Dagnino as a face? In any case, this match was just really good. Matt, I know you want to geek out about this match because Mark was just fantastic in it. So I'm going to let you do that. I'm not even going to time you this time. I'm just going to let you talk.
Thank you.
Please don't talk for a long time because I have to go and do stuff after this.
Yeah, I'll try and keep it short and simple. First thing I'll say is, for the second time of Schmoedown, I told you so. Last time this all happened was Andrew Guy versus Tam Murrell. People in Take 3, stop doubting me. Stop saying, Matt, your favorite is going to win because on paper, this person is so much better. But, well, here's the thing. Let me do again. What I want to talk about is what Mark said in his post-match interview. I know that's kind of like a weird way, but what he said was playing with Ben on Who's the Boss has changed his playing style in singles to where Mark used to kind of hold on to like if he lost if he messed up on a question in round 1, he would kind of just keep hold of that, and that could mess him up like in round 2 and 3, whereas this time he kind of just rolled with it. Like he's like, okay, so I missed that question. Okay, that's fine. Let me keep going. And his steal in round 2, I think, came completely off of that because he wasn't caring about if Drew was going to get it or not. He was just like, I know this answer. Drew missed it. He was able to get that 2-pointer. Even when he missed his 3-pointer in round 3, he didn't care. He just kept rolling with it, and he won the match. I'm so happy. 10 wins. For my favorite competitor, but I also love that the drive is back in Mark Riley. He wants to go for that team belt again with Ben, but he also wants to become a 3-time champ. He wants to take the singles belt back, and if he keeps playing like he did today, I think he can do it. I also love Who's the Boss as a team with Tom. They work so well together. Their chemistry is great between those three. I don't want to say that Tom's a face, but he's not a heel like he was before. And this match was so much fun to watch. I just said, Who's the Boss is still a thing. Like, I was afraid that they weren't going to be, but they are a team now. I'm so happy Mark already started off this season by now having 10 wins. And yeah, this is just an awesome day.
I mean, it is an awesome day in general, but the match was yesterday, so yesterday was an awesome day. This will go up probably never. I'm pessimistic. I didn't get enough sleep. It'll go up on Monday or whenever Abe feels like putting it up on YouTube.
Probably Friday.
Perfect. So yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Matt. I thought that this was just a really great thing. I think we should, make sure to mention our thoughts go out to Mark and Julie about the loss of Cal, which is incredibly upsetting. I mean, he was a very good dog and very special to a lot of people, but also extremely special to Mark. And I don't know that I've ever seen anyone more connected to their dog. I just feel really bad. I'm very heartbroken for him,
Yeah,
honestly.
to not get super sappy or about stuff like this, like they call dogs man's best friend, and literally Mark Riley and Cal were the embodiment of that. Like every video Cal was on, Schmoes know, just like Cal would just sit next to Mark on the couch and just he wouldn't run away. Like there was just you could tell there was just a love between those two. That Cal just loved being in the company of Mark, and Mark loved being in the company of Cal. Having just lost a family pet recently, it's so hard to deal with. So yeah, Cal was the greatest mascot that the Schmoedown Collider Schmoes will ever have. So
Yeah, and I mean it is really sad. He was an older dog, so this stuff does happen. It doesn't make it any less sad. It just means that he lived a really good life. I mean, a really good life. I'm jealous of what a good life Cal had because seemed like he was very well taken care of. But what a great way to honor his memory by having Riley win this match. I mean, I know it was taped before this all happened, but there is no other way that I could have seen this match going given what happened. And it just seems like a really good way to honor his memory. And I love that they put that thing at the beginning of the match. I thought that was really nice. And she's just a good boy. But we are going to move on. It's hard to transition out of things that are sad. So we're going to do it as naturally as possible, which means we're going to go into a cutscene. Which is what they did. So, apparently Andrew Guy is just homeless, living outside of the Collider studio, as Matt said before we started recording. And Robert and Brunette showed up, and they're going to burn some stuff again. So I thought that this cutscene was great, and I love that they plan all this stuff out in advance. To just, man, the planning on these storylines is really funny. So, Matt, I'm sure you have thoughts on this cutscene.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there used to be the joke a couple of seasons ago that Tom Dagnino lived in Collider Studios, where it legitimately Drew was a little bit too comfortable standing outside by that brick wall. Like he wasn't just waiting. Like it was almost like Burnett was just walking past and Drew was just there. And I'm fine with that because I love the fact that that literally means Drew could pop up at any time in any match. It doesn't have to be who's the boss or bet. It could be just a random match and he'll be there. The chemistry between Rob and Drew is so good. That ending killed me where Drew's like, we're going to burn some stuff down. And then just like, as they're walking off, Rob just goes, you're lucky I like to burn stuff. Like that was definitely an ad lib. The Champs lunch shirt that Drew is always wearing is amazing. I love these two together. I just want this to keep going. Like just every other match or so, like we just get the misadventures of like Andrew and Robert Meyer Burnett and just doing stuff around Collider Studios, just burning stuff. This. It was a great way to start off the match with that cutscene.
Yeah, I thought it was just great, and in particular, just the way that Guy and Robert Burnett are gelling. It's like I don't want to call Andrew Guy like a lost puppy, but he kind of seems a little bit like a lost puppy without a teammate. I don't know if it was intentional for that to be how it kind of feels, but it definitely feels like he needs some sort of guidance, and Robert Meyer Burnett, for better or worse, is there to take his hand and lead him into a direction. I kind of like it. It's a fun dynamic. And it's one that we kind of saw a little bit with Guy and Roca, how there were a lot of jokes online about Guy trying to make his father proud or something, because Roca's his dad, right? So he was emulating a lot of the actions that Roca took when he was a heel. He was kind of replaying some of those notes, and there was a lot of jokes about, like, "Are you proud now, Dad?" So this kind of feels a little bit like that. Like, there you go, family picture. This feels a little bit like Robert Barbernett's kind of stepping in as his new father figure of sorts, and I'm excited to see how this works. It's a new dynamic. I'm really excited for this dynamic, and we have more to. We'll just transition to it now, because who the heck talks about things in order? Abe?
I have a theory.
Oh, good. Let's hear it.
Do you think by the end of the season, Roca will kill Burnett and save his child from the dark side?
Oh my God. I don't know, because unless they do some sort of resurrection scene where they resurrect Burnett as a zombie, which would be hilarious, I don't think it's going to happen.
Or what if Burnett comes back in a Grand Off the White situation where we think he's dead, but then he comes back? Yeah, I can make those references now.
Because you've seen it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like them now.
I've never seen one of those.
It could happen. I think that would be really funny. I actually really like the idea of Roca being like, "That's my boy," and like, fighting for him in some Return of the Jedi kind of.
Come off of this. What if the way it happens is Roca tackles Burnett to save his son?
I'm sorry, but I don't want to insult Robert and Roca, but I think one back will be broken by the end.
Yeah, I don't know that either of them can handle that much abuse anymore. I mean, Roca hurt himself last year preparing for that basketball game we never got. So I don't want him to hurt himself. I need him to be around forever. So
just not doing promos.
Yeah, no, okay. Just settle down, Matt. Settle down. Settle down. Anyway, gosh, I can't focus because I'm so upset about Roca disliking me now. No, I love the dynamic between Guy and Robert Meyer Burnett. That's what I want to leave that on. I just think it's really funny. But because we're not doing anything in order this episode, we're gonna, instead of talking about the match, we're gonna talk about the post-match interview. So why the fuck not? It was revealed during not Andrew's post-match interview, but Drew McWeeney's post-match interview, that he's gonna join Robert Meyer Burnett's new faction. Because why the heck isn't he gonna join the new faction? And I'm guessing that he's gonna be on a team with Andrew Guy, which I don't know how people feel about it. There's been a lot of people guessing that on the page. They're a lot smarter than I am, apparently, but I kind of like it. Abe, I know that you're a huge Drew McWeeny fan. Is this kosher in your mind? Like, do you like this team up here?
Do I like it? No. Will I take it? Sure. It's a hard relationship right now. Matt and Chris and Chris have this rivalry between them about their favorites, about Bibiani and Renee and Whitney and Riley and Ben, and I don't know who else. I don't follow these guys, and I just feel right there, like just watching them. And then Kristen goes ahead and pushes me into the fight, and I'm just there like getting beaten. And I think it just feels like, because it was set up like to be with a powerhouse competitor like Rachel and Burnett as the manager, and it's just like they substitute Rachel with McQueenie or Anarchy, because both of them are powerhouses. Both of them are pretty good. So that's how I feel. And I felt terrible. I wanted to cry last night. And I cried a little bit. My mom hasn't came out into 1 week. I don't know where she is.
This took a really dark turn.
No,
I don't
just
know
kidding.
how I feel.
I saw her yesterday.
Oh, okay, that's good. I'm glad. Matt, I mean, you are a fan of Guy still. I mean, I know you said you're conflicted, but do you like this team up?
I talked to Malcolm about this the other day. On paper, it could work. The problem is another team up that worked with on paper was Sam Levine and the all-time Jeopardy winner. Saw what happened to Double Jeopardy. Like,
that's different.
The other thing is just well, one, it's going to make it. I'm so used to calling Andrew Guy Drew. I can't do that anymore if he's on a team with Drew McWeeny. So that's one thing. But McWeeny doesn't even seem like he seems almost embarrassed by being on a team with him. He just ran out of that post-match interview, which, by the way, Jen Sturger killing it at the end, when she's like, I don't know what's going on here, Christian. Yeah, go Jen. I'm interested. I'm in. I mean, of course, they're probably gonna want to eventually have Who's the Boss versus this team up, but Drew and Guy gotta work up to my boys, future champs. So sorry guys, you can't play him right off the bat yet. You gotta work a little to get up to Who's the Boss.
I think they're gonna I think the setup is for them to win 2 matches and be on the life event. That has to be a setup.
I think that's fair. It's a good storyline, but matches don't always go the way that they plan within the storylines. Which is,
they just need to win.
Yeah, they need to win. So, Matt, your point about Double Jeopardy, which the fact that I can remember the name of that really terrible team is sad. Abe, I've been studying. We'll never play this match, but Abe, I've been studying. No, so Double Jeopardy. The thing about Double Jeopardy is that this guy, this former Jeopardy person, wasn't into the Schmoedown. He wasn't, a fan really. He just showed up and played a match and had no idea what was going to happen and didn't know the rules and wasn't prepared. And Drew McWeeny is a veteran of the league.
Then I'll say this. A better reference is team champs from the 2015 season. Probably on paper, we're going to be the champ. You have
they busted my bracket.
And you have the movie fights champ. On paper.
Busted my bracket so hard that year. I had such a good bracket, but I had them winning.
I honestly, Matt, I disagree with that because we didn't know how good top 10 was going to be at the time.
It's true.
We didn't know how good box office breakdown was going to be.
It's a different league. I don't think there's comparison with Guy and Burnett and
all right.
McQueen.
I was just trying to find the comparison. I like to do comparison. There is fine. On paper, it sounds like it's going to work, but as the Schmoedown has shown us, on paper, Andrew Guy should have lost to both Dan Merle and Mark Riley.
That is true. That's a better comparison, Matt.
Do you think? I don't think on paper it works. If you see McQueen right there,
awesome. Can you use a tablet instead?
Sure, I don't have a tablet. I'm not trying to break your balls. This time I'm being kind of serious. I just think it's a team of if you told me a year ago it's different in Schmoedown, right? But you told me McQueen and Guy, are you fucking crazy? I will tell you that that doesn't work. It's very 2 different characters. Sure, McQueen is gonna turn heel, which makes sense, and McQueen is a more quiet person. But there's teams they seem that work. Most of the teams work. It's a weird team that doesn't work at all.
It's going to be interesting to see what they because the thing was Sam Levine and Drew McWeeny had very similar strengths. They have very similar strengths and very similar this is just my opinion. I know Guy he studies a lot and he's definitely into stuff that McWeeny isn't really into. So it could work. Sports, action, adventure, I think he's a little bit more into, whereas McWeeny probably has more of the Oscar stuff, more of the 70s, 80s.
Drew knows that. I'm sorry.
Listen, Drew knows a lot of stuff. I'm just I'm saying when
I'm the one going to be defending Andrew Guy's knowledge on the summit
I just
against.
want to say that McQueenie has said multiple times that he's not good at Oscars.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna. I give up. I give up on this summit, people. Mark Riley won 10 wins, baby. 10 wins.
I got a comparison to you that I think we forgot, and I apologize. Jeff Snyder and JT.
Okay, there, fine.
I don't care anymore.
Matt, I understand what you're trying to say is that they on paper, right? Their stats.
No, on tablet.
Impressive. Sure, on tablet, on computer, on chisel and rock. Their stats are very impressive, and if you think about it, they should be a really good team. However, things don't always work the way they should. You look at this Anarchy tournament. There were teams that had really impressive stats as singles that didn't mesh well. And you had teams that I was like, how the heck are Mark Riley and Ben Bateman going to be a good team? And ended up being like one of the best teams in the entire league. So you never really know when you're putting two people together who have the history in the Schmoedown if they're going to be good together or not. But I think that Drew McWeeny is a really good foil to a strong personality. And Sam Levine had a strong personality, and Drew McWeeny played off that real well in terms of showmanship. Yeah. But he also is a really good teammate to have because he does have a ton of background knowledge and strengths for a lot of different categories. Andrew Guy, I think he's going to be able to work well against. He's going to be like Ben Bateman, was a little calmer. And I think that Guy is going to continue to be super crazy. And now you're working Robert Mara Burnett in the mix. He's going to be super crazy. And then you're going to have cool, calm, collected Drew McWeeny to even things out and to keep things like well balanced and rounded. And I think that this could work. I think that this is going to be interesting to see how they play up Drew being a heel, because they need to really make it like cut line. He is a heel. They need to show it more now.
Yeah.
So can you say one last thing?
I don't think this is. Oh, I'm sorry, Abe.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I don't think this is going to be like who's the boss, where at the start it was Ben was a heel, Tom was a heel, and Mark was a face. And that was kind of I don't think with the type of heel that Andrew Guy is playing this season, I don't think that will work. I don't think he's such a strong heel that for Drew and him to be on a team and for it to be believable in the storylines, Drew really does need to go heel. Which will be interesting to see what McWeeny as a heel is like. So yeah, I'm all tongue twisted today, people. Kristen pretty much just take what Kristen said, and that was what I was attempting to say. I just like analogies is the problem.
Everyone likes a good analogy. Abe, what was your last thought on this?
Just to comment on more of the game, of a team of Guy and McQueen. What made Above the Line great was McQueen's knowledge and Levine's ability to play the game. I don't think McQueen is that good playing the game. We've seen him in his singles competition by his own, that he just doesn't ask for JT rules if he doesn't. Or when he just doesn't know it, he didn't even get. He doesn't even guess, and I think Guy is really good at that. He knows when to use a JT rule. He knows when to rattle the opponent. That's his whole, I think, showmanship, and I think that can work. That's something you have to, like, if you have a teammate that is really good with strategy, that makes the whole difference. And Lavin was, and I think Guy is really good at that too, so I think it can work.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are a little more skeptical about this. They either don't think that Drew's going to match up to Guy well, or the other way around, or they don't like one of the two competitors. I have a lot of hope for this team being a really fun team to watch. I think that Drew's going to use his big, and they've been really good about sprinkling this turn in. If we go back and watch the storylines from like the entire year of Schmoedown, I think they've been sprinkling in this turn for a long time. Yeah, like sprinkle in some seasonings. I don't know. Some heel seasoning. In any case, that was stupid.
Someone needs to make that a picture. Heel seasoning is just Andrew Guy's face.
Just put
I'm gonna do
Andrew
that.
Guy's face on Salt Bay, which is like, old meme, but that's fine. In any case, they've been leading up to this for a while in terms of Drew being like intimidating and stuff, which face shouldn't be intimidating people to get their way. And they've been talking about it a lot, how he makes people nervous. And I think that's very smart. They've been leading to this a lot longer than I think we realize. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I think it can be really great. But we're going to talk about the match because we haven't talked about the match.
I just got the match.
We talked about it. Really good match. Move on.
Oh, it was a great match. No, there was nothing else to talk about. Drew McWeeny had a perfect round 1. Who cares? Mark Riley had a ridiculously good round 2. Who cares? Drew completely bombed at round 3. Who cares? Mark Riley called Octavia Spencer Olivia Spencer. No one cares. We've already talked about it. Barely. Doesn't matter.
The match 10 wins, baby.
Yeah, Mark Riley not hitting Octavia Spencer, I think, is really bad. Like, he knew who it was, and he just completely missed her name. That is really upsetting.
You have to be happy for Mark Riley winning, even though I'm not happy. Because whenever those veteran players like Merle is a champion now, when Rocca won the belt again, when Riley won today, it's good to see them winning or being on a good streak, because they're the face of the Schmoedown. Whatever these kids want to say, yes, you're Ethan Air wins your, I don't know, Chance Allison's. I don't know. Tell me a competitor right now. You're Drew McQueen. You're William Vivianis. It likes to feel old school, and it's great to see those 3 guys like stepping up their game.
Yeah, I agree with Abe. I think when people, like, it was like when Christian was still playing and he went on his belt run, and when Mark and John Den, it's nice to see that we're on, season 6 now? It's nice to see that competitors who were playing back in 2014 haven't been left behind because the format's changed and the questions have gotten tougher and all this, that, like, they could still play and they can still win and they can go for the belt. So, yeah. And Mark Riley's going for that singles belt again. And he's going to have it again. 3-time champ, baby. And he's going to...
I mean, it's quite possible. I think that a lot of people are going to say that McWeeny lost this match, which it honestly felt like McWeeny's match, the whole thing. I know Mark won, but it still felt like it was Drew's match. And when you look at the accuracy percentages from the stat segment, like, his accuracy was way higher than Mark's.
I don't watch the stats.
Shmoedown accuracy doesn't matter if you don't win the match. Well,
yeah, you can be as accurate as you want. You can be 99% accurate, but you still gotta. It comes down to, at the end of the day, it comes down to.
I don't think it's possible to get 99% accurate. There's not enough questions.
God, the point is, the stats are important, but at the end of the day, 10 wins, baby. How's that for a stat? 10 wins, baby. That's not against freaking numbers. This is literally like, it comes down to 10 wins. I don't care if this is Drew McQueen's game. Whatever. Mark Riley still won, people. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was the point I was trying to make, but that's fine.
It's okay.
I mean,
now let's go to plugs. Kristen, where can people follow you?
Okay, fine. We'll just go to whatever.
There's more to talk about, Abe.
What about the fantasy update?
We have more.
Kristen
we have
more to talk about.
We have more stuff to talk about. We have upcoming matches.
Oh my God, this is taking like 2 hours.
Abe,
we've only been recording for like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, then continue.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to talking about upcoming matches, because why the heck not? I mean, we've got really great matches coming up. I mean, they really loaded this first part of the season up with really great matches, which I think maybe because, if you remember last year, people complained a lot about the first quarter being like, there's no storyline, there's no good matches, blah, blah. Yeah, they were setting up the season. The way that the Schmoedown is setting up the season this year, apparently, is by just throwing every single good match we've wanted into the mix. We've got, critically acclaimed versus the Harris brothers, which is a great match. We got Mark Riley stepping back in against Drew McWeeny, which was a great match. Now, next week, we've got Rachel Cushing versus Adam Hlavik, which should be a really great match. I mean, everyone loves Rachel, and Adam's a great competitor, so I'm excited to see him stepping back in the ring. And then to top it all off, we have 2 rookies coming in to fight, and one of them being Brendan Meyer, who's, an actor, and the other one being a fan, one of our own, Paul Oyama, who's going to take the Schmoedown by storm, I'm sure. I don't know him personally, but I know a lot of people who talk a lot about him. So I'm assuming he is just going to be the next big thing, the next sliced bread. He's going to be awesome is what I'm saying. So let's preview these matches real quick. I personally, I don't think there's any question who I think is winning the Intergeekdom match. Rachel Cushing. Don't want to say anything else. There's nothing else I can say. I've said everything I can ever say about Rachel ever at some point in the Summit's career. And I think Paul's going to win. People have talked him up so much. If he doesn't win, I honestly don't think my brain will be able to handle how much people have talked about him versus him not winning this match. So, we'll see. It should be interesting. Matt, what are your thoughts on these matches that we're going to be getting next week?
When it comes to Intergeekdom, I've said it several times. Rachel Cushing and Mike Kalinowski are the 2 best Intergeekdom players we have in that league right now. I know friends of ours say that there are other people coming who might be on the low, but as of right now, they're the best. I love Adam. I think he's great. I think Rachel's walking away with the victory here. When it comes to, I'm with Kristen. I've heard a lot about Paul, so I'm assuming he's going to win because I literally know nothing about Ben, but I know little about Paul, and yet the little I know about Paul is more than the nothing I know about Ben. Did that confuse you? Good, because it confused me, and I said it. So, yeah. Schmoedown.
Abe, I already know who you picked because we got to explain our fantasy, but I know who everyone picked. But
I wanna. You guys have highlighted Rachel Cushing. I think she's winning. I know that's stupid to pick Adam, not to insult Adam, but I think if Adam has studied, because he showed potential, like during the Intergeekdom tournament, he showed potential. He came back to Mike, not to almost win because Mike hadn't answered any questions, but like he pushed Mike to the limit, if you could call it like that. And if he has been able to study, I don't know, his weaknesses, I think it's Middle Earth and maybe Star Wars. I think he can put up an upset. I don't think it's going to happen because Rachel is great. And about which other match? Paul and Brandon.
I said Ben. I'm sorry.
Everyone's name is either Mark or Ben.
So I'm picking Brandon because I don't know if the lights are going to help Paul or Jama. I think it's his. I know who he is. I've seen his matches. He's really good.
Okay. All right.
But I'm picking Brandon.
That was really abrupt. Your thoughts. He's pretty good. Done.
He's pretty good.
Okay.
Brandon.
I'm excited for these new people coming in. I love that the website did a feature covering all these people because it'll get people more invested in the rookies. Last year, a lot of the rookies, people were like, who cares? They're rookies. Like, let's get more invested in these new people coming in because they are going to be the league this year. We need to get more rookies. Intergeekdom is dwindling. It's dying. We need more rookies. Let's more apes. I don't know.
Dwindling and dying.
Dwindling and dying, pretty much. So it should be exciting to see this next week. I'm really just ready for Rachel to have that Intergeekdom belt. It'll be a really great match between her and Mike. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't know, Kristen. I don't know. I think this guy's still holding the belt.
I just said it's going to be a really great match between her and Mike. It's like you don't listen to me.
It's like you've been working with me for 2 years. You know the answer to that question.
Oh well, I'm really excited about this. So let's talk real quick about fantasy because we're not doing it this year because no one cared about it by the end of the season. The only reason I still cared is because I was in second place and I really didn't want Abe to win, and he won anyway.
Okay.
Vin Diesel cared.
Pretty much. So what we're doing this year is we're just going to do every month. We're going to give an update, but all of Take 3, except for Chris, who's really busy and also is like officially editing for things in the Schmoedown now. So he knows things about the matches before everyone else does.
Kristen does.
I don't. Chris Clark does. He isn't going to participate, but everyone else is. We're basically calling the matches before they happen, so everyone's making their pick. Who's going to win against, Rachel and Adam Havoc? Everyone says who they think is going to win. At the end of each month, we'll give a wrap-up of where everyone is standing. So right now, I think most people are tied for first because of yesterday's match. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see just how everyone continues to pick, what strategies come into play. Like my pick for Mark Riley was completely strategic. I needed to pick up a point. Everyone else was choosing Drew McWeeny. I was like, I think Drew McWeeny could win, but I'm going to pick Mark to try and get that extra point.
Everyone?
There was Matt Kearns and one person. I don't remember.
No, it was just you and me. There
was one other person who picked Mark.
Was it Malcolm?
I don't remember. In any case, it'll be interesting to see what everyone picks for each week. We're not going to go through everyone's picks because that would take forever. We're just going to say this person's in first. They're doing a great job predicting matches. But yeah, that's how we're going to do it this year. I'm really looking forward to it just because I think it'll. Yes. It'll do that. It'll do that. I couldn't have explained it better myself. So that's it for us this week on the whatever the heck this is, the Schmoedown Summit. Yeah. I was gonna say something and I lost it completely.
Kristen, what's the official name of your show?
The Schmoedown Reactor Summit.
No, it's Take 3's Schmoedown Reactor Summit.
You gotta remember the Take 3.
No, I had to say Take 3. We're on the Take 3 channel.
No,
it makes me retitle my second look videos to say Take 3 second look.
That's all we have for the Take 3 Reactor Summit this week.
You missed this Schmoedown.
Next week, where I continue to say the name of our show wrong.
Take 3's Schmoedown Reactor Summit.
I love this episode.
You can follow me on Twitter at AbrahamF25. Please don't on me on Facebook if you don't know me. And you may watch this on Monday, hopefully, if I have time to edit. I have time, but I don't want to do it.
Nat, where can we find you? Since
you guys, as always, can find me at Kearns_Math on Twitter, MattMovie611. You right here. Hosting Second Look, which will be airing this week, as well as Rhyme and Reason, which will be back soon, I hope. I don't know. You can also find me always here on the Summit, where I play up. I wasn't actually mad. I play a character on here. You cannot find me on Reactions anymore because I'm not doing that. So
we're not doing that anymore because nobody has
upwards of one of you who like to watch me on Reactions already say, also like Abe, even if I met you, if I don't know you, don't try and add me on Facebook. It's not going to work out. Just saying. Not naming names, but Kristen knows.
I know. It's me. He doesn't like me. That's why we're not friends on Facebook. We are friends on Facebook. In any case, you can find me as always at Smith_K10, the number, not the word, and on Twitter, Instagram, and Stardust. I was told that I say it the same way every time. I don't know if that's true. It's a habit. In any case, yep, that's all where you can find me. You can also find me hosting this show if you don't understand that concept. I don't know why I have to plug this show at the end of this show. But you can find me hosting it every week-ish. And depending on when Abe wants to put it online, maybe on Monday.
I go back to school on Monday, so I thought it's going to be all up this week.
You can also find me on Reactions. We're going to try and do Reactions as often as we can this year, but because we have a lot of other things we're trying to do on the channel, the Reactions may not be coming as regularly as before. It's just because we're trying to, we're trying to branch out. We're trying to do our own thing, but we're going to try and do Reactions as often as we can, and especially for those big events and the matches where we have favorites involved in them. So, yep, keep an eye on those. Hopefully we'll get as many out as we can. But with that being said, that's the end of the summit. So thank you guys all for watching. Give a like, comment, Do whatever you want. I don't care. I care a little bit. It helps our algorithm. Help our algorithm. But that's all we got. Bye, guys. Love you.